see Strickland beat up Sneako?
I thought it was up.
I didn't think it was up at all. I don't think it's that bad. For a kid like that to get beat up a little bit, it's better than if Sneako would have went in there and then Sneako in his mind, he's like, damn, I just beat up the middleweight champ. I could be fighting anybody. Sneako doesn't know where he's at right now when these guys are talking at him. He has no idea. Yes, just roughing him up a bit. Roughing him up like a child. I don't care how scrappy you are. If you're going against someone at Merab's caliber, you ain't gonna do. So now we're gonna move on to the UFC crowd fights here. When you're boozing, every sip is gonna make you a little bit slower. A little bit slower. So it's gonna be really easy to just knock somebody out when they're that boozed up. Ladies and gents, we're back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna do a little reaction to what's been going on with the Sneako guy. Sneako versus Strickland, Sneako versus Merab, and then the fights that went on in the crowd, and let's see if we can pick out some tactical distinctions. Here we go. This is the beginning of the video. So first of all, you come in, you probably should do some research on the fighters and get to know these fighters a little bit more before you challenge them to a spar. If someone rolls up to most pro fighters to say, I want to spar you, that's not like a very respectful thing to do, especially if they're at Sean Strickland's level. Hey, I want to spar you. It's like, are you sure you want to do that? Okay, especially Sean Strickland, ticking time bomb. He fucking licks his chops at this kind of stuff. And when Sneako probably hit him up to spar, I bet Sean Strickland's like, hell yeah. And Sneako probably didn't really know what he was in for. Maybe he did, so let's see here. Sneako's going kind of soft at first. Kind of soft at first. I mean, so Sneako is kind of going soft here. And Strickland's letting him work. Just letting him punch himself out. I mean, most guys, anytime you're not used to sparring, you're not used to fighting, and you're sparring a pro fighter, the pro fighter's going to come out there and he's going to be able to make you tired pretty easy. So Strickland trying to get talk some mess, get him a little bit emotional, walk him back, let him punch himself out before he lets loose.
Here we go, bro. You're doing so good.
Popping his jab, going for jab. Now he tries to crack him a little bit. He tries to hit his chin, and Sean Strickland floats his chin a little bit, but I mean, I think there's no way in hell Strickland could even rock Strickland, even if he fucking blindsided him, probably. And Strickland looks, mind you, he's a middleweight, so he weighs in at 186. He looks a solid 215, probably 220 right now too. Strickland just paws all your punches, walks you down. Sneako's trying to crack him a little bit. Sneako's holding his breath on his punches, not turning his shoulders, not turning his hips over. You can tell he's just so inexperienced. And you can tell Strickland just has a fucking something in his heart about these influencers. Strickland is starting to do a little bit of YouTube and stuff, so you can't really hate on the influencers that much. You see how much it's worth. You see how hard it actually is to stay consistent with content. So it's another thing all in itself. So Sneako didn't really crack him too hard. He really didn't.
Sneako's not doing bad.
Sneako's not doing bad, the guy says. So now he's unleashing a little bit. Now he's unleashing. And that's probably right there what fired Strickland up. When he tried to crack him. Now you can... He says, you want to enjoy this a little bit longer. But now you can see Sneako's fatiguing. And now he cracks him with the right hand on the chin. Starts turning his hips over. We're at 326. Look at how hard Strickland's turning his hips over and turning his shoulders over. He's trying to crack him. The corner throws in the towel, which rightly so. And he's thrown from the hips. And I think he's just trying to drop Sneako. And Sneako doesn't go down. I think if Sneako would have went to a knee or something, he would have backed up. Maybe not, but I think he might have, because they're boxing sparring here. Sneako's got his boxing shoes on. Sneako kind of made the mistake of staying up, because then he's just going to batter him, because Sean Strickland's wanting to drop him. That's what he's wanting to do, it's looking like. And thank God Forrest Griffin was there to step in and stop it, just to stop Sneako from just getting knocked out unconscious, because he did himself suffer a few concussions here. I think he was on a live stream later saying how bad his head was hurting. But I said it in the YouTube short and on the Timbo Sugar Show podcast, I don't think it's that bad. For a kid like that to get beat up a little bit, it's better than if Sneako would have went in there, tap, 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 punch Strickland, and then Sneako in his mind, he's like, damn, I just beat up the middleweight champ. I could be fighting anybody. But no, Strickland gave him a little lesson. A little lesson. Like, hey, you call some big boys out, you want to run your lips, let's go. Taught him a little lesson. I don't think there was anything too negative about it. Look at it. He's just fine. He's a little rocked. Oh, well. And he didn't fall down. That's the thing. Jake Shields said after that he did Jake Shields' workout after, and he was super respectful, and he was good. He wasn't really running his lips, which is good. You can tell he's like, holy fuck, what the hell happened? I'm gonna have a little puff of the herbs if you don't mind. All right, guys, today's video is brought to you by viahemp.com. These guys have been teamed up with Sugar and I for a long time for a reason. The gummies are just so quality and they're dosed to perfection. They really care about their products. These Timbo Sugar Show gummies are 2 milligrams per gummy. I wanted to form a gummy that you could use for lifting weights, for doing jiu-jitsu, for training, that doesn't mess you up too bad, where you can still stay focused. And these gummies are phenomenal. Everyone I talk to that tries them, they love them. If you need help with your sleep, they have nighttime drops. There's 1 milligram of THC, CBD, and there's CBN in these nighttime drops that help you sleep good. And these things, they sell nationwide and they'll ship straight to your door in a very discreet package. They also offer a crazy range of flower, and with these guys you're going to get quality for an amazing price. If you're 21 and over, go to viahemp.com, use code TMS and get 15% off plus a free pack of their killer THC gummies. Guys, give them a try, you won't regret it. Thank you. Sneako doesn't know where he's at right now when these guys are talking at him. He has no idea. His bell is ringing, and it's ringing good. Thinking, thank God, thank the Lord, that's over. So now, we got Merab versus Sneako. Sneako must have messaged Merab. I don't know how this one came about either. It's interesting. Boom, Merab shoots into a double leg, locks his hands. Anytime you're shooting on people on the fence, I've said it before, you should lock your hands under the butt, just like Merab did here. You lock your hands under the butt, simple lift, and you're taking anyone down. Don't matter how good of a wrestler they are. Here we go. Boom.
Well, I'm not Sugar Sean.
Starts tuning him up, says, I'm not Sugar Sean. Gets him in a little gift wrap position here. We're at 442. Gets him in a gift wrap position where he's pretty much helpless. But Merab's being a lot nicer than Strickland was. We got Coach John Wood in the back. Cool guy. Good guy. Good coach. Get him on the wall. Give him some dead legs. Dirty box him. Keep his far hip like Merab likes to do. Gets him back on the ground and just shows him. Shows him some smacks. It's good for these guys. It's good for these guys because a lot of people do have that Dunning-Kruger effect. I've talked about this multiple times, and they think they're way better at something than they are. Fighting's a big one, where people think they're something than they're not. And I think another person who's having a lot of Dunning-Kruger right now is King Ryan Garcia, the boxer. Very good boxer, fast boxer. But calling Sean out in MMA, I don't know if he's been head kicked. I don't know if he's been teeped to his gut. I don't know if he had a really good kickboxer spinning kick him, or leg kicked, or calf kicked. Boxing versus MMA, it's a different world. It really is. So let's continue on. Merab, knee on belly, 515, moves him out. And just smacks him and smacks him and smacks him and smacks him. And you can tell Sneako doesn't know what he's doing on the ground. He doesn't know a mount escape. He doesn't know how to get back to half guard. He doesn't know how to trap an arm and bridge. The very basic ones, he's lost. And I don't care how scrappy you are. If you're going against someone at Merab's caliber, who's wrestled their whole life, I don't care how scrappy or tough you think you are, you ain't gonna do shit. Yes, just roughing him up a bit. Roughing him up like a child. Giving a little choke. Smacking his guts. Just giving him a good reminder what real life is. You know, props to Sneako for doing this, though. He knows these guys are going to do this to him. I don't know if he knew Strickland was going to do that, but he knows these guys are going to rough him up, and he's doing it for his stream, and it probably gets a lot of viewers. So at least he has the balls to do it. Shoots back into a single, locks his hands behind the knees, easy finish, and gives him some slaps. And mind you, Merab is 5'5", maybe 5'4", 135 pounds. He's a smaller man. And look at how he's treating this Sneako.
That's how you need the jiu-jitsu. Only jiu-jitsu can help you.
That's it. Merab's saying only jiu-jitsu can help you. And when you're on your back in full mount, he's pretty right. Jiu-jitsu or wrestling gets him in another gift wrap. When you get this gift wrap, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. You're pretty much screwed. You're going to get beat on, or you're going to go to your stomach and get your back taken. There's one way to go with the gift wrapped. I wonder what Sneako thinks now about the Mikey Music thing. Not Mikey Music, Mikey Musumeci. He called out Mikey Musumeci. If you don't know who that is a very skinny 120, 130, possibly 140 pound black belt, but one of the best black belts in the world. And he called him out, said he beat him up, was calling him a nerd and stuff. And that probably gives Sneako a realization like, oh shit. Chokes him, taps. And Merab lets go when he taps. He doesn't bowl him too bad, but he has fun with him. You can tell Sneako's just a troll, but having a good time, and that's probably why he's got a lot of followers. I've never met Sneako in person. I'm sure I'll meet him at some point, and we'll see. So now we're going to move on to the UFC Mexico. There was some pretty epic crowd fights here. It looks like a full brawl. You can't really tell the teams here. But this guy with the ball cap, his ball cap fell off, and he hits the guy with a right hand left hook. Smokes that dude. Hits him with a right hand and a left. And then a left hook to his buddy right after that. Cleans him up. You can tell in the other shorts I was watching, these guys are clearly tuned up. And when you're boozing, and you're heavily boozing, every sip is going to make you a little bit slower. A little bit slower. So it's going to be really easy to just knock somebody out when they're that boozed up. So let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning here, and we'll watch it again. Left hook, sits the guy in the white shirt down, fucking tips him over like a bag of chips, puts his ball cap back on. Here's the replay of it. So he pops out of nowhere, boom. So now he's in southpaw stance, cracks him with a straight left, turns his hip into it, turns his shoulder into it, piles that guy up, boom. And then he walks up to the buddy in the white. That buddy in the white's not even looking at him. Let's see what he leads with. Left hook, bink, turns his hips over, turns his shoulders over, and it obviously helped that guy didn't see that punch. Knocked him flat. Okay. And then we got some more rumbling, some people holding him back here. Dana says it's one of the craziest crowd fights he's seen. The guy in the white shirt's waking up, said, which one of those motherfuckers did it? Or he's asking where the fuck he's at. I don't know. So, alright guys, that's a little reaction to the Sneako vid. I mean, you got to be careful. Well, you got to be careful who you're going to ask to spar, because if it's someone like Strickland, prepare to get your ass whooped and probably see Jesus a few times. If it's our buddy Jeff Whittick came in, Sugar was getting ready for his 5-5s. Our buddy Jeff Whittick came in. I put him with one of my boys, Tommy McMillan, who's 5-0. Tommy McMillan could have done the same thing Strickland did. Jeff Whittick came at it with a respectful way, so Tommy didn't beat him up. He didn't give him some serious brain damage, and Jeff Whittick realized, like, wow, there's levels to this, and he did it in a nice way. So some people like the tough love. I don't mind the tough love sometimes, but also, come on, you can't be beating up these little tiny guys. What if I mean, that's coming from me, who's, I mean, not Strickland. Strickland's ticking time bomb. Don't get in a fight with that guy. You're going to get your ass whooped. It's a good reminder. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, comment below, and I'll see you guys soon.